Tell us about who you are and where you're from.
Um, my name is Doogie. I'm a rapper. I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
And you grew up in Georgia your whole life?
Yeah, I'm a Georgian. I stayed in Georgia my whole life. I just recently moved to Atlanta a couple months ago.
So, what part of town are you from?
The west side of Savannah. It was a neighborhood called College Brownville. But to be honest, like I spent a lot of time here, there, all over Savannah.
So, how was your family life in Savannah?
Family life, it was more of, 5 kids, single mom, yeah, more growing up like that, yeah. 5 kids, single mom, you know, trying to make it. It was getting better at one point. I didn't really get a chance to know him growing up like that, but he found out that I started rapping and he tried to like give me a little advice here and there. We actually recently just got into it because when I dropped my last mixtape on my last project, it was a song on there. I think it was like the last song on the tape. He heard it and he heard me talk about some old things, and he didn't really like it because it was like, I was just living in my truth though. And he called me, he heard it, he cursed me out. I cursed his ass out back. And we ain't talked since. But I give him props for trying, but I ain't really grew up with a father.
Think you'll ever give him a chance?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got kids yet, so I really want my kids to have a grandpa. I do hold grudges. I'm a Leo, but I'm getting a little older now, and holding grudges ain't really never did nothing for me. So I'm just taking life how it give me. If you want to have a conversation, I'm all down for it, for sure. He my pops.
Are you a mama's boy or are you a grandma's boy?
Both, actually. I use them for different things. My mom is like jokey, laughy. My grandma is more of like old school, hard going, tough love. It's a mixture of both of them, but I got both of them name tatted on me. I got my grandma, my mama, my big sister on my neck, you know what I'm saying? So the ladies in my family are very important. I can't really choose. I'm a females family man. I love the females in my family keep me going. The few that's in there, for sure.
What were some of your struggles growing up?
Not being financial stable, being different from other kids, thinking different. Just my way of thinking always, I'm not gonna say made life a little difficult, but it didn't make it smooth.
Were you ever bullied growing up?
Yeah, I was bullied. Somebody tried to bully me. It didn't last long. But bullies are a real thing. I really hate bullies. Yeah, a little bit on that. It was like a older cat. I remember this one time, an older cat tried to hang out with my younger crew. Like he was like 21, we was like 15. At first I thought it was tough love. Like he just trying to be like the older at first. But then I realized this nigga being a bully. Like, he's bigger, you know what I'm saying? He just around kids at the time, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, it's that was one incident where like I felt like pressure for somebody who was older and bigger than me and me not really causing any, conflict with them, but they still want to have conflict with me. Bullies are real.
What was an embarrassing moment for you as a child?
I don't know. It's I could think of some funny ones, some things that was just fun. I can't really think of a real embarrassing moment. It was this one time I was like 7 or 8 years old, and like my grandma always loved me dancing. So they had some type of little cookout at my in the middle of my hood. They had a dance competition. And Soulja Boy came on, like, you crank that Soulja Boy. And like I used to play cards with my grandma, so I always kept some cards on me. Like, I don't know why. Like, I always used to play cards with her. And while I was dancing, all the cards fell out my pocket. And it was just like, it was embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie, it was funny, but it was embarrassing for sure. It was like little stuff like that. I can't really think of nothing like I peed my pants on the school. Nothing crazy like that.
Who do you think in your family believes in you the most?
I feel like I gained my hope. A lot of people in my family belief. At first, it wasn't really a thing nobody really took serious when they seen me rapping. But after they seen that I was serious and, I'm getting on the road, I'm performing, I'm dropping music videos, and they can actually, and they actually like the music, then I start seeing like my mom saying, hey, that's a nice song, or hey, or my sister like, bro, like my friend's bringing up your music, keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? So I believe you gotta give people something to cheer for. Certain times we want people to cheer for us because that's our family member. But if you don't have anything to cheer for, they can't cheer for you. You know what I mean? So get out there, go do the work is what I know, is what I base my life on. You know what I'm saying? The congratulations will come later. For sure. You gotta put in the work first. So I'll say my whole family now, like now. Not at first, but definitely now, for sure.
Growing up, how was it being in your friend circle?
It depends on what era you talking about, because I done had a lot of friends. I done had no friends. You know, I done went through a lot with friends. Certain things, like when I was younger, before I started getting serious about my goals, before I started like actually trying to be a man, I had a lot of friends. You know, I had people that wanted to hang out. You know, we was on the same time because we didn't really have anything we wanted to do. There was nothing that we were interested in. So once interest came about, like I want to be a rapper and this person want to be whatever they want to be. Like a lot of things just started falling off and falling apart, you know what I mean? But you know, things change, people change. Not too many friends today now, but I used to have a lot of friends for sure.
So growing up, was your friends good influences or bad influences?
I wouldn't say they were bad influences. I think it was a lot of bad things going around. You know, I don't really want to say they was bad influences. The things that were going on in our neighborhood influenced us to do things that weren't looked at as, you know, citizen, you know, things, you know, so yeah.
Growing up, did you look at the neighborhood as the influencer or did you look at yourself as the influencer?
As time grew, I did see a difference in myself. I did see myself pulling away from the things that I was taught. I started doing my own thing. So I do believe I became an influencer for like, you know, that group or whatever. But at the time, when you're young, you can only be a sponge. You gotta soak up what's going on. Everybody say don't be a follower, but everything you learned, it was from you following something, you know what I'm saying? So what makes a man is once you old enough and your intellect is strong enough, you change your thoughts and you do what you actually want to do. I was influenced at one point, but it's safe to say I'm doing the influencing now for sure.
Growing up, did you get into any trouble?
Yeah.
Like school trouble or legal trouble?
A little of both. I went to jail at the age of 14, I believe, which is a crazy story. I had this friend named, it was a friend, an old friend, and we was actually close. And he lived he lived like 4 or 5 houses down from me. While we were kids, at that age, we always had like talk. And he'd tell me like how he don't like his dad or like him and his mom are beefing or he'll catch his dad yelling at him. And to be honest, he kind of made me hate his dad, you know what I mean? And it was just one day he moved, like his mom and his dad were going through a divorce and his dad stayed in the house and his mom and them moved in the same neighborhood, but further. And one day, out of impulse, I was just walking past his house and I just broke into it. Like, I didn't even tell him about it. I didn't even have a phone until, like, I just pulled on his garage and just went in there, like, and just went to messing with things. I've been in the house plenty of times, like, just chilling, but that was crazy. Like, I was young and wild. It was more of like, he did this to my friend. I don't like this motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck with him. You know what I mean? But it was so crazy because he actually caught me in the house and he let me go, but he was pissed. Like, he was pissed. You know what I mean? And I actually ran from the house, went to the gym, played a little basketball. And when I came back walking down the street, his whole family was like, my friend, he was there, his mom, his sisters, and they was chasing me down the street. Like, they was mad with me. They was pissed, like, why would you do this, da-da-da? They called the police on me, and I was trying to explain to him, like, bro, we don't even like him, like, you know what I mean? But he was like, this still my dad, you know what I mean? And I was just tripping at that time. I didn't know no better. I didn't take anything. I was just messing with shit, you know what I mean? I never left his house with any items, you know what I mean? It was just a break-in, and it was, me and him didn't really talk about it after that for like a couple years until we got like, in late middle school. This was like my 6th grade year or my 5th grade summer or something. And like when we talked about it, he actually caught my bus. Like, you know, in middle school, you got bus route. And he actually got on my bus to come to his old bus stop because we had the same bus stop. And he was just like, bro, why did you do it? And I told him, I was just like, bro, I thought I was doing something good, you know what I mean? I thought it was fuck him, you know what I mean? I thought, you know, we was fucking with him. And he was just like, he missed me being a friend. He know I'm not, it was a bad decision type of shit. And we kind of made up. He showed me grace, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just wasn't too mad about the situation. But it did take him years to forgive me. And I appreciate him for giving